Hello, everybody.
Hello.
Hi, Internet.
Hi, Internet.
Hi. Not to steal it from people that I know and follow. So, what are we doing? We're doing Cthulhu tonight. Yeah, that's the thing that we're doing. Because I know what I'm doing.
Same.
Yeah, so at the moment, we are making characters using... I shall get the big book. The Pulp Cthulhu! Yeah, I'll hide my voice. Pulp Cthulhu rule set, as we will be playing through Call of Cthulhu scenarios, including Edge of Darkness, some random stuff that I'll throw together, and hopefully, if people are still enjoying it, possibly the Two-Headed Serpent, which is a fun little campaign, unless you're terribly afraid of snakes, in which case it's why watch something that has snake in the title.
I'm not afraid of snakes, but I am afraid of water snakes, aka eels.
I don't think there's any eels, so you should be fine. But I will say, because I had my brother play it, and like he's afraid of snakes, and it's like it's in the title, but he still wanted to play it.
You say it in the title. I remember in university where I did a study with people's bats, and I had to give a warning for people with phobias of bats, even though it's in the title.
Yeah,
no.
Like, they do that at like Subway nowadays. Like, I want a macadamia nut cookie. Hold on, this may contain nuts. Are you sure you want this cookie? I'm like, yeah, it's kind of the whole reason I bought it.
Yeah, but you know,
you have to like cover yourself because Karens.
People, yeah.
Yes. Yeah. So that's what we're doing. We are making nuts. No.
God,
I
can't be
mean,
here. I'm actually allergic to nuts.
we might not be making nuts, but we will be going nuts.
Yes, both.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah, so we will be making characters. You have this Roll20 is all set up. I believe as well, people who have joined Discord or somewhere in the chat, I'm not sure because I know good with technical things.
Mm-hmm.
There is like an editable character sheet for people to kind of make characters along with us. So it's a follow along, yay!
Did you send me that? Can I post that in the channel? In the Twitch right now?
Yeah, I think so. I know Ben said about it. I know I'm posted in Discord, but like I said, I'm not technical.
I have not been given it, so I shall wait until further notice.
I think it's in the
It's in the chat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Discord.
Yeah.
Discord chat. Yes, I see it.
Fair enough.
How do I make this into a link?
I have no idea.
See what happens.
But if not, and you sort of still want to anyway, if you go on Chaosium, which is spell it as you think, and it will Google will probably pick up on what you want, hopefully. But under their free stuff, there is various Cthulhu, especially for Cthulhu, but there's various, especially and other systems, free character sheets. And we're using the 1930 Pulp Cthulhu sheets. They will look slightly different to what we have, simply because they look different on Roll20 for various reasons. Mainly, the third party had to make them because Roll20s wasn't very good. Not throwing shade there, but no.
No shades, but full shades.
Yeah, it works well for Cthulhu, not so much for Pulp Cthulhu. So with that, it's sort of so you can follow along with us. Hopefully, we make somewhat sense and it's easy to follow. And if we do it quick enough, I may throw these fine people, into a bit of a trial play where I basically throw them into asylum and tell them you've got to find your way out. Mwahaha. Yes.
Thank you, Ben, for posting the link.
Thank you, Ben.
Thank you. I don't know why it said like that, but yes. So with that, then, Nisha, I believe you've done your character, unless you want to sort of play around with it some more, or even make a new one just for the hell of it.
I'll just add in like the backstory and stuff on the character sheet.
Yeah, that's no problem.
But I'm just gonna happily watch everyone else's.
And just laugh maniacally.
Yeah. What's your struggle?
So,
I can offer support in the background.
Nisha, have you played Call of Cthulhu before?
Hold on.
Brief, yeah, a little bit. I played the just Call of Cthulhu, not Pulp.
Okay.
For a couple of sessions, and yeah, things got quite odd quite quickly, and then yeah. But I'm excited for Pulp Cthulhu, so we're a bit less squishy.
A bit less squishy, more madness. More forms of madness.
I feel like I have a better gauge of what's to come as well. So.
And me and Sarah have never even looked at this at all ever before.
They are completely new people to this, so it will be quite interesting to see what these kind of characters and things happen. Yeah, because that's the words.
But also, before we get started,
yes,
I do want to say, it's September, which on Twitch means it's Subtember, very important. All subs in any channel on Twitch is now 20% off. We still get the full amount of money. Well, after Amazon takes their cut. But we don't get penalized for the 20%, so which is very nice. Or if you have a Twitch Prime account, if you want to keep taking money from Jeff Bezos, you can use a Twitch Prime account. If you have Amazon Prime, you get a free sub.
Mm-hmm.
And also, if you want to support us more directly, we do have a Patreon, and that has very cool perks, very fantastical perks that also give you benefits on Twitch as well.
Yes.
Ooh.
So yes, you can tell that Doran actually knows what he's talking about.
A little bit.
I don't. I just know how to run games ish.
Thank you, Anonymous, for the 500 bits. Thank you.
Thank you. So wait, what are we doing? Making characters. Yes. You can tell I've done this before. Yeah. So you guys, for the guys at home. All I've asked these guys to do is come up with an idea for a character. The campaign sort of thing that we're running is in 1920s America. I do apologize for any Americans, but in the state of Massachusetts. I apologize. I can barely speak English the best of times, let alone with lots of weird spellings. So in basically Arkham County. So we're gonna go step by step through Call of Cthulhu to make these characters. So you guys ready?
As I'll ever be.
Yeah.
Okay. So to start off with, once you have the idea of a character, or even if you haven't and you just sort of want to begin, we start with, I'm also going to make a character as well, because why not? The archetypes. So in classic Dungeons and Dragons sort of thing, you have your classes, and that's probably the best way to describe the archetypes. These are the sort of classes of Cthulhu where you have various things such as Adventurer, Beefcake, Bonfiant, I think that's how you say that, Cold-Blooded, Dreamer, Egghead, Explorer, Femme Fatale, or Male Fatale. I don't know what the male version is, but you know.
Stead muffin.
Yes, dead muffin. Grease monkey, hard boiled, harlequin, hunter, mystic, outsider, rogue, scholar, seeker, sidekick, steadfast, swashbuckler, thrill seeker, and two-fisted.
Two-fisted.
Two-fisted, yes. So these essentially are like the very class. They basically describe what your character is. For instance, they give you sort of adjustments to what your basic stats are. So, taking for example, cold-blooded, a rational. I apologise for my ability to speak. A rationalist who is capable of just about anything. Cold-blooded types may follow some twisted moral code. However, their view of humanity is cold and stark. You're either good or bad. There are no shades of grey to navigate, just the harsh realities of life and death. Such people make effective killers as they have little self-doubt. They are ready to follow orders to the letter or pursue some personal agenda for revenge. Such people may do anything to get the job done. They are rarely spontaneous people. I think that's how you say that. People. Instead, they embody ruthlessness and premeditation. Sometimes they will try to fool themselves into believing they have a line, quotation marks, they will not cross, when in reality they are merciless and will go any length to fulfill what they see as their goal. And with that, the adjustments are your core characteristic, which is basically where you get like a proficiency in, is intelligence. You can add 100 bonus points, divided among any of a bunch of skills, which are art and craft, acting, disguise, fighting, any, firearms, any, first aid, history, intimidate, law, listen, mechanical repair, psychology, stealth, survival, any, or track. Suggested occupations then are bank robber, beat cop, bounty hunter, cult leader, because it's Cthulhu, cult's the third thing, drifter, exorcist, good,
The Exorcist.
federal agent, gangster, gun mole, hired muscle, man, pardon me, professor, reporter, soldier, street punk, tribe member, yeah, I can read, or zealot, sorry. And you have talents, must take the hardened talent plus one other. And then there are some suggested traits, such as rationalist, sees everything in black and white, ruthless, callous, brutal, pitiless, and hard-nosed. So essentially the archetype kind of gives you a baseline for your character. I believe you guys have access to, I think it's the PDF of this book.
Yeah, I just got mine up.
So, yes.
For the purposes of the stream, we will be watching me build a character. Sarah is going to build a character, and I'm sure she will tell us what she's doing and all that. But visually, we'll only be looking at mine.
Mm-hmm.
Boop.
So, I don't know. So there is a section sort of in the character sheet to keep track of these archetypes as well. So you don't necessarily have to pick one specifically, but sort of pick one that closest resembles the character idea that you have in your head, sort of thing.
Could you read out to me the two-fisted?
Two-fisted, of course, once I find it. There are many pages. Most of mine like to stick together. Scholar Psychic, Two-Fisted. Two-Fisted! I apologise for my reading voice. Live fast, die hard is the motto of the Two-Fisted. Such individuals are storehouses of energy, strong, tough, and very capable. Not capsule, as I was about to say. Such types are inclined to resolve disputes with their fists rather than words. Usually hard drinking and hard talking, they like getting straight to the point and dislike pomp and ceremony. They do not suffer fools gladly. The two-fisted seem to live life in a hurry, quick to anger, contemptuous of authority, and ready to play as dirty as the next guy. Do you want the adjustments as well?
Yes, please.
Okay. So for two-fisted, the core characteristic is either strength or size. You can add 100 bonus points divided among any of the following skills: drive auto, fighting brawl, firearms any, intimidate, listen, mechanical repair, spot hidden, swim, and throw. Suggested occupations: agency detective, bank robber, beat cop, boxer, gangster, gun mole, hired missile, hitman, hooker, if you so wish, labourer, mechanic, nurse, police detective, ranger, reporter, sailor, soldier, street punk, tribe member, union activist.
I assume it's a different type of fisting if you go hooker.
I mean, yes. I'm thinking fister.
Also, as one of my bullet points, I wrote down boxer, so...
Yeah. So you
That's
can
pretty
pick any two
perfect.
as well. Yeah, sorry. You can pick any two talents. Your suggested traits are tough, capable, determined, quick to anger, violent, dirty, corrupt, underhand. I don't know what those last ones mean, but take it as you wish.
Thank you for the follow.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So are these archetypes in the pulp book?
Mm-hmm. So the archetypes are in
Which
the
page?
Call of Cthulhu page. Hang on. Go back to the first one. Page 16 to 22.
Cool. Because I have a very small brain, so...
That's fine. It's probably bigger than mine. Yeah, so like I said, archetypes tend to be sort of like classes in a way. And like I said, as long as you get something that's close or that seems to be right to the character idea that you have, it's a good place to start with.
As I look at it, I think I'm probably going to go with the Mystic route.
Cool.
Makes kind of sense.
Two-fisted.
Two fistos.
Two Fistos. And Fisto's long-lost brother, non-canon.
Yeah.
Lore.
Like you said, there is a miniature now on the for
There
Fisto.
is. I have to find a bear that I have to kill and wear as a hat to be like Fisto.
I mean, it is America. I'm pretty sure they still have bears, and especially in the 1920s.
I'm
So
pretty sure they still have bears.
yeah, white bears, black bears, big
Brown
bears, small
bears.
bears.
The average bear.
Pooh
The
bears.
average bear, Pooh bears, yeah.
So, in my 2 bullet points I had was my character was in World War One, and after World War One he became a boxer. So, what do you think would be a good occupation to be? Would I rather be a soldier or would I rather be a boxer?
So occupations are the next step, which are sort of
Okay.
like
I'm moving too fast.
it's fine. It's fine. It's perfectly fine. And like I said, it's just sort of once you've done one, it's sort of reading it. It kind of leads to the next one, and so no, that's right. So it's not quite the next step. It's a couple of steps forward. But we can do the occupation now. Why not? Occupations. Because I do have a list of them somewhere. Oh, it has them like that. Okay, never mind. So yeah, occupations are sort of like your backgrounds of D&D. So like whereas you'd have noble things like that, we have actor, bartender, boxer, wrestler, gambler, that sort of thing. So what I'll say with you, because you want to be either boxer or soldier.
That makes more sense for me.
Yes,
At least I
so
think.
I shall think soldier for a second. Because, of course, they go alphabetically. So the way that occupations work is they adjust your occupation skill points. So, depending which one you choose, if you choose Boxer, for instance, your occupation skill points are your education times by 2, plus your strength times 2. Your credit rating is usually between 9 and 60. Your suggested contacts are sports promoters, journalists, organised crime, and professional trainers. Because of course it's 1920s, they were all crooked.
Yeah.
Back then.
Makes sense.
Your skills then, which you can sort of put these points into, are dodge, fighting brawl, intimidate, jump, psychology, spot hidden, and 2 other skills as a personal or era specialties. So that's sort of like why you need the characteristics, which we can go back and do now. But it's sort of a good idea to, so you know what occupation you want, sort of thing, if you have an idea, just to keep it written down.
Yeah.
With soldier, if you want me to read it out.
I do.
Soldier, where's it gone? There you go. Soldier, your occupation skill points are your education times 2, plus your dex plus 2, or strength plus 2. Your credit rating is a bit lower on the top end, so a bit between 9 and 30. Your suggested contacts, military, veterans associations, and. Your skills, climb or swim, dodge, fighting, firearms, stealth, survival, and 2 of the following: first aid or medical repair, or another language.
I think I'm gonna go with Boxer. What page is that?
So Boxer is on, I believe it's on like the first page as well. 27.
27.
And 26 is where the occupations start. So if you want to pick your occupation now, just keep a note of it, and then we can go back once we got your actual characteristics,
Sure.
which are basically your stats, and then we can work out then the skill points that you have to play with to make your character.
Cool. But making character, I want to focus, instead of being a boxer, to make me better at being a boxer, I want education and strength.
Yeah, so the way this is sort of like a keeper thing, where usually you can just roll for the characteristics, and what you roll for that characteristic you can put in. There's a standard array, there is point buy, which I'm not too sure how it works, but the way I do it is you roll essentially for each stat, but if you want to move them then, because say you roll really poor for your strength, but then really high for your education, and if you want to be a boxer, it might be better to put the higher number in strength, or like appearance or something like that, in which case then I'll quite happily allow you to do that, because it's more in keeping with the character, essentially.
Yeah, that's what happened with me anyway.
Yeah.
I can't remember what we swapped.
I have a feeling it was strength, because I think you rolled really high for strength.
Yeah, I think it was strength and education.
Yeah.
Which for a librarian, you'd think you'd need a decent education.
Yeah.
Nah, you just lifting those books, you know?
Just lifting books.
I mean, I can guarantee yes with the Call of Cthulhu books. And I only have like the basics that I need. I do know that when you have full collections, they are a hell of a lot and a lot heavier.
So,
I know someone who's working in a library, and all they're doing right now is moving books, so you're not far off.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you get like a little trolley to go around and push, so it isn't so bad.
Yeah.
I mean, these are big crates. They're moving entire libraries.
Yeah, I can test working in Amazon, moving like pallets, trolleys just full of books and stuff like that, and like just you're talking like 25 kilos sort of thing, just of books, and you'd have like 3 or 4 of them on a trolley. It's like, yeah. But yeah, back to this. I'm gonna go off the rails a lot tonight, I can tell. Yes, and so taking a step back from the occupations, if you guys are done.
Sarah, what occupation are you thinking of going?
I think an entertainer.
Entertainer.
Nice.
Using your mystic abilities to entertain the crowds.
I mean,
and make that money.
yeah, 'cause
Get
I
that
might as well
coin.
just say the one sentence I got written is Twilight Zone before it aired, so he's just going around getting all the stories for Twilight Zone.
Yeah. So he is essentially
The net
he's collecting all these weird and wonderful stories to tell people to make money. I believe there were people that did sort of that kind of thing back then as well. So yeah. So you have your occupations in mind, but we need characteristics. So this is fun because we have various ways of doing it, but we'll use the standard way first. I'm just gonna click something a second, just to figure out which one it is we're gonna press. Right, that is the one we're gonna press. For rolling and stuff like that.
Rolled a 93 and failed.
Yes, because it's base crap.
Yeah, higher is bad in this.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
You want to roll low. So for me, I would say usually that works well for me because I don't roll anything above a 5. However, because we're using D100s, usually I end up at like 90 odd. So I still roll poor.
Great.
It likes to go in the opposite for you.
We might survive.
Whatever means that you is a poor roll is going to get you.
Yeah. I mean, it's good for you guys because it means things are not going to go badly, but yes. So with strength, all your characteristics are rolled with D6s. So you do have the full 20 dice roller. I couldn't think of the word then. It's like it has dice in the name, but I can't remember. So we have the dice roller. So we start. I'll just go down the list. So we start with strength, which is 3d6, and then we times that by 5.
Okay.
So if you guys want to roll 3d6 each.
Oh, that's pretty good.
Yes. So 13. That will be 65 for your strength.
Cool.
Hey.
16. That will be 80 for your strength, which is pretty good.
That's pretty good.
For a boxer.
We would hope for a boxer.
Yes.
And what? So what you said, you explained to me earlier today that like 90 is like Olympic gymnast level.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there are levels, and like the maximum usually that a human can be is 90 is like Olympian level. And I think you can only go up higher to 99.
Yeah.
Anything past that, you're talking monsters and creatures, that sort of thing.
Right. So I am jacked.
You is Arnold Schwarzenegger before Arnold Schwarzenegger. Yes, you are Dwayne the Rock Johnson sort of thing. So after that, then we come to Constitution, which is exactly the same, 3d6 times by 5.
All right, so you go first.
So that is 55 for your Constitution.
Oh, let's hope I'm not a glass jaw now. Watch. No.
Oh.
So that is 50. However, like I say,
It's already 50.
I mean, you just get the punch in before they do.
Yeah.
I had a 40 on my con, so don't worry so much.
Hey, I'm here for a fun time, not a long time.
Essentially.
Yes.
I feel like that's the ethos for any kind of Cthulhu game.
Yeah. you know, they're either going to go mad or get killed, so just enjoy it while it lasts.
Enjoy the ride.
Yeah, so with that, we move on to size, which is rolled a little differently. It's 2d6 plus 6, and then you times that by 5.
2d6.
Yes.
Okay.
12, okay.
60 for your size.
Bless you.
It was. It's fine.
So 16 times 5.
Oh,
Which
the
is 80.
heavyweight category.
You are, yeah, this is good. This means you can hit hard.
Alright, so what does he say?
So it's 80.
80?
80, yeah.
Jesus.
What is his size?
His size.
So
very big muscles.
So I'm very big, very muscular. But if a bee hits me, I'm knocked out.
Yes.
I'm like I shouldn't be in the heavyweight category. I'll die.
Yeah. So after size,
I'm Fisto. I'm really large, muscular, but I can't take anything. I'll just die. I'm just making Fisto, but in Call of Cthulhu. Sorry,
Yes.
Ben. I'm replacing you. I can't replace. Actually, you can't replace Fisto. Fisto's already insane. If my character goes insane, that leads into Fallout 4.
Yes. That is actually going to be canon. Basically, what happens to your character at the end is you go insane and end up in Fallout 4.
Yeah.
Albeit Fisto's grandfather, like in a distant relative.
Act 2. Act 2.
Yes. So Dex. So that was size. So dexterity is 3d6 times 5 once again.
Alright. Oh.
Oh no.
So that will be
18, isn't it?
uh.
Times how many again?
So 3d6 times 5. So that is 30.
Oh, times 5.
30, yeah.
You're so small. Oh no, that's not. You're so dexterous.
Dexter. Well, if you're that big, it would make sense that maybe you move a little slower.
I mean, it's not me. Hold on.
It's not.
We'll find out.
Right.
We'll
never
find
mind.
out now. I'm 10. I'm 10.
It's
So that
just
would
the
be
suit I'm
50.
wearing,
50.
okay? It doesn't
Yeah.
allow movement.
A lot of starch.
Yes.
Starched up.
Okay.
What's APP?
So APP is your appearance. So this is your good looks.
Oh
or
no.
lack of looks.
Oh no.
I need it to be high just for the mustache, okay?
You're just a prune, but the mustache is magnificent.
Is on point. So for that, it is 3d6 times 5 once again. Most of the stats are 3d6.
14? That's pretty good.
Oh.
Mustache, I told you.
That is 70. So that mustache just
Glorious mustache.
yes.
It's so thick and well manicured. It's great.
Glossy.
Oh my god.
You have a little brush for your mustache.
So you are 50 for your appearance.
Everything is
Dora.
average except for my strength and size. So far. I think, 50 is average, right?
50 is about average, yeah.
Okay.
So after your appearance is the intelligence, which is another 2d6 plus 6 and times it by 5. So 11 times is 55.
Oh.
That's 75 for your
Holy
intelligence.
I've been hit in the head a couple times. I've been knocked out, but I'm up there.
Uh-huh. Like I said, as well as like once we're done this, if you wanted to move things around, you could be whatever.
May switch my int with my con.
With that, it comes to power. This is the fun one. Basically, your power is what gives you the ability to cast spells or resist magical effects from various creatures, bad guys, and just whole lots of horrors. So for your power, to figure it out, it is 3d6 times by 5.
I got real lucky on this one.
Yeah. So that is 60.
11.
So that's 55.
Slightly above average.
Slightly above average.
Have one stat that is above average.
Oh no!
With that, we come to the final stat. Your education, basically, your
Shit.
street smarts, in a way, or yeah. I think so.
Oh,
So
I
intelligence
see.
and education are two slightly different things. So your intelligence, I think, is just your general intelligence, whereas your education is basically how well you can read and write and things like that.
I see. And as boxer, I needed education, not intelligence. Is that what you said?
I think so. I will double check though. But yeah, so for that you need to roll 2d6 plus 6 times by 5.
Yeah,
And I will
it's
check out
education. I just
boxer.
education. I just checked.
Okay. So 11. $85.
Okay.
Oof.
I could fucking read.
I'm gonna read so many books.
It's not reading books, is it? It's just kind of reading the streets.
The streets. I can read all of the street
I
signs.
cannot. No, that's not what I want to do. So, you are 70 intelligence.
Ooh, that's pretty good.
Yeah, that's not too bad. Yeah, so if take this chance now, if you kind of want to shift around your characteristics a bit, just to be a bit better to what you kind of want for your character, it's probably best to do it now. Sort of thing. With that.
So I'm thinking of switching my education with my power. Right, because doesn't power help you stop going insane?
Power does help you stop, not necessarily well, power. Yeah.
Right?
Let me do. Oh wait, there are more other attributes. Yeah. So your power is so your sanity is determined by your power. I read that and then forgot that there's also a little bit extra for like your luck and things like that. So thank you for reminding me. Woohoo! So yeah, once you've kind of figured out your main characteristics, we'll move on to your hit points will automatically be figured out for you with this character sheet. I think that's the same with anyone following at home. And magic points I think are about the same. And the damage bonus and build and movement rate are all automatically calculated. But I will go through them and so that people know as well. Just so it makes a bit more sense.
I'm just gonna swap my strength and intelligence and then power education just to make power and intelligence higher out of them too.
Nice.
So-
That's fine. So your amount of luck. Roll 2d6 plus 6 and multiply by 5.
Lucky boy.
So your luck is 80. 80.
Same.
And yep, same. You both are very lucky,
Hey.
which can be useful depending what horrors you come across.
So my stats currently lie at 80 strength, 75 constitution, 80 size, 50 dex, 50 appearance, 50 intelligence, 70 power, and 55 in education.
Which I'll say now makes Doran's character, Fisto 2, the tank of the party with 31 hit points.
Yes. Fisto has one fist, I have two fists.
Yes. So yeah, luck is rolled by 2d6. Your sanity points are equal to power, but they cannot go above 99. So you start off with that sort of sanity, I believe.
So
Yes.
70.
So where's
Yes.
the sanity points?
So on our character sheet, there is a box underneath characteristic where it says sanity. You have floor, current, and 99. So essentially, current is what you want to change to whatever your power is. So that's your current sanity. Hit points are your hit points are constitution and size, and then you divide that total by 5, rounded down, which have already been done for you. Magic points are equal to 1/5 of your power. This comes into play like if you find something that you can use to cast spells, or if they require power to use, sort of thing. This is what we'll use.
So I'm changing all these current to my maximum. Is that okay? So it's like maximum is 31.
99. Oh right, yeah.
Is
Maximum
30
is
for
31,
my hit points. So I just put in my current hit points 31.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because you're starting out blank page, not had any entries, not had any magic spells or anything like that, and your power is equal to your sanity, so you haven't seen anything completely batshit insane yet.
Yay.
Yes. So magic damage bonus. So for those following along, a damage bonus and build. Add your strength to size, and then look at the total on table 1, which if you have this book or PDF is on page 23. There's a little table, depending on which just lays out, depending on your size, gives you a damage bonus and a build. So for instance, if your strength and size is between 2 and 64, you get a -2 bonus and a -2 build. Whereas if it's, say, between, let's go for something that would be a monster, 285 and 364, the damage bonus would be 3d6 and the build would be +4.
Yay.
Oh yeah, there are creatures that are like that. And then your movement rate is based strength and size. If both dex and strength are each less than size, your movement rate is 7. If either strength or dex is equal to or greater than size, or if all three are equal, your movement is 8. If both strength and dex are each greater than size, it's movement 9. That just basically is your sort of like 30-foot movement, 40 and all that sort of thing. So in Cthulhu, they use yards. Personally, I don't get yards because I was terrible with distances, even with like squares and things. So I'll just sort of use, if we have to use it, I'll go to the D&D sort of 30-foot, things like that. So essentially, I'll say that movement 8 is 30 foot, movement 9 is 30, well, fuck, we'll say 40. Maybe. No, we'll say, like, it's a difference of 5 feet, so movement 8 is 30 foot, movement 9 is 35 foot, and then movement 7 is 25 foot. So it sort of gives it that thing.
So I have a 30 foot at the minute.
Yes, Phil. Boo yards. Boo. Sorry, I just looked over and saw Phil also sharing my distaste for yards. But yeah, so that is the movement rates. So the next step, there's a step before we go back to the skills, which are your pulp talents. If you so wish to do those now. There are a bunch of them and a bunch of tables and various effects. Some being something simple like a physical talent. Night vision. In darkness, reduce the difficulty level of spot hidden rolls and ignore penalty die for shooting in the dark. To something weird, such as... oh well, not so much weird, but malicious, where gadget starts game with one weird science gadget, and there's a weird science section of the book, which basically tells you like this is all the weird sort of Tesla death machines that you can make. I think, possibly, probably. So yeah, I say usually I think it goes by the archetype or occupation. I'm gonna say you can have 2 traits off any of these tables. The tables are on page 24 to 26.
24
for those following along. Mm-hmm.
Really nice rolls with their characteristics. I'm just gonna say that out loud.
Yeah.
well, since we are not making our character with you, what were your characteristics?
My strength is 45. I'm not very strong. My dex is 65, which is alright. Power is 80, which was lovely. My con is 40. My appearance is 40. My education 60. Size is 45. Intelligence 65.
So your average was 40.
My average is around 40, 45. Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Well, I had 4 that are 40s, and then 3 that are 60s, and then 180. So, sort of in terms of like the power, it's also, I think it was, Tash was saying, it's like your willpower and your determination and sort of like your blind determination to do stuff.
It's sort of like your wisdom if you were playing D&D. Essentially, so when like certain effects of spells and things like that, or if say you want to pick up that cursed item that you didn't realize was cursed at the time, you would have to do a power roll to see if you can resist murdering the entire party. Because the cat told you to. It really
wants you to murder people.
Yes.
No.
Yeah, so it's sort of the like wisdom of Cthulhu is power.
So I'm very squishy. I'm not strong. I'm probably around 5 foot and below average in appearance. So I'm alright.
Stay behind me.
Literally.
Yeah, you see this like 6, well, probably close to 7 foot tall dude.
Closest to the
Hench as fuck, yeah.
A technical giant.
Yes.
I'm a giant on a technicality.
Yes. Technicality of I'm fucking huge.
Swear, they wrecked shop in World War One. Let me tell you.
Yeah. For the talents, because of
Yes.
I want to be involved.
Yeah. The cat is like, I want to play Cthulhu.
I should make a character for my cat.
Yeah, well, saying there is, I think, a cat deity thing. Let me just check that.
It wouldn't surprise me at this point.
Yeah.
So how does luck work, Tash? Can you get that back, or is when it's gone, it's gone?
Yeah, so luck, once, the way luck usually works is once you use it up, like in a scenario or act. So, for instance, if you were running a module, like at the end of a chapter, you get like bonus EXP and stuff like that. With Cthulhu, at the end of a scenario, that's when if you do certain actions or if something really good happens, for instance, you save the villagers, way from the evil monsters, woohoo! You might get more luck back. But essentially, once you use it up, you don't get it back outside of that, or unless something happens, which, I don't know, you please the local Cthulhu cult so that you gain 2d6 luck back or something, I don't know. Or you drink a magic potion that grants you luck. However, as well as that, because we're using the Pulp Cthulhu stats, rule set, if you have 30 points of luck and your character goes to 0 hit points, you can spend those 30 luck points to basically avoid death somehow, where, like, yeah, they fell into a volcano, I have 30 luck. Okay, you don't fall into the volcano, you just very slightly miss it. That sort of thing. So essentially you say, haha, fuck you, death. I live again. And you avoid death to carry on to another time. With that as well, it's similar to health, where you can only get that back if you do like a first aid check and sort of like at the end of a scenario type thing. This is where you usually go through a lot of characters with Cthulhu because it's hard to heal and hard to stay alive, and usually with the normal pulp rules, we'll be having a lot less health. Even with our tank's pool of hit points. I'm actually saying that. I'm going to do a little thing.
Should I get the talent Quick Healer? So I heal faster.
Yeah.
I've picked my talents, but I feel like I've made it as
So
difficult as possible for myself.
yeah, if we were playing normal Call of Cthulhu, our tank, who usually has 31 hit points, would actually have 15 hit points.
Oh,
Yep.
just cut in half.
Yeah. Which is where you usually basically playing Call of Cthulhu, the sort of physical stats of a wizard, because you're squishy as hell, even the tanks.
Squishy is here.
Squishy. Which is why I always say that if you come across something, please feel free to run away. Just because sometimes it's not worth trying to go up against something. Just on the off chance that you might succeed, yeah, not very likely.
One of the talents I've picked is psychic power.
Yes.
So I get to pick. Yeah, I get to pick one of those powers, I guess. I'm assuming.
Yes. Yeah, so psychic powers are on 81.
So you're a psychic?
I'm a
Psychic.
Oh, also, Sarah, what were your traits again?
Oh, so
Not traits, what were the characteristics?
characteristics. So strength is 55, con is 55, size is 60, dex 30, appearance 70, intelligence 65, power 85, and education 60.
Just keeping that appearance right where it is. Beautiful
Okay.
mustache.
So, we have a few different psychic skills. So you have clairvoyance, which is basically second sight. I can see the future. Well, yeah, not quite see the future, but you can see sort of through things, and you can see items, importance, that sort of thing. Divination, which is using a ritual to actually see into the future to see, oh, that monster is about to come and eat us. Okay, I better tell the others. Medium, where you can contact ghosts of various degrees. I do know a player who could contact the ghosts of dead pets, sort of thing. I believe, or her daughter could in her backstory, something like that. Here we go. Words. Psychometry. Psychometry. I don't know. I think that's how you say it.
Yeah.
Like a sponge soaking up water, the psychic is able to absorb impressions and emotions from a physical, non-living object, such as a book, house, or cigarette case. Makes sense. Or telekinesis.
Looking at it, I was thinking of going for psychometry. Purely because, again, Twilight Zone vibe is usually focused on like one object, isn't it? That's
Yeah.
based around that tale, so that being the object of the tale. If that makes sense.
That makes sense. No problem. So, on your character sheet then, where is it? Yeah. You see where you have investigate the skills? Oh, I see you've already done it, but you can just add the psychometry, and we'll sort of put it in with the occupation then. Right. So, do you have your two traits?
Right, let me scroll back up.
Talents. Yeah.
Oh, the
Talents,
other,
traits, things that enter.
yeah, so one talent was the psychic power, the other one is smooth talker.
Gain a bonus die to charm rolls. Nice.
Again,
Ba-
mustache.
Yes, the mustache does all the work.
So you just twirl your mustache when you're talking to people, is that what you do?
Yes.
Yeah, nice. I love it. Yes. Speaking of bonus dice, there are bonus dice and penalty dice in Cthulhu, which is basically your advantage and disadvantage.
Mm-hmm.
However, they do slightly stack depending on how many penalty or bonus die you have, or depending on the situation. For instance, if you're trying to shoot Cthulhu in the eye from a mile away, it's going to be 2 penalty dice. It doesn't go any more than that. So you can only have 2 bonus or 2 penalty at one time on a roll. Whereas if, say, you decide, right, I'm going to put the dynamite into the mouth of the monster and run away, I would say that's 2 bonus dice simply because it's going to be point blank range. That sort of thing. Bonus and penalty dice can be given for any reason. So, for instance, If you do something absolutely batshit insanely creative to get out of a sticky situation, I will quite happily give, if it's one person, that person, or if it's a group, you all have a bonus die sort of thing. Simply because that's the way I like to play, because if you do something fun, you should be rewarded.
Yeah.
Especially if it can then lead to you possibly succeeding on a roll which saves your butts, or I don't know, you get the clue to the killer and unmask Old Man Jenkins.
That old man.
Scooby-Doo style.
So
I mean, it was always Old Man Jenkins. He was just like the ultimate villain.
it was. So next to like all these numbers on the character sheet, I'm seeing a blue dice, not blue, a purple dice and a green dice.
Yes. So
Which one-
if you
which one's which?
roll, so if you click the purple die,
Boop.
should come up with, this is your, like if you're rolling with bonus or penalty dice. So you have the 0, which would be flat bonus essentially. +1 would give you like a you succeed at a hard level, and then you fail, you just fail unless you get a critical fail. Critical fail. So yeah, you can succeed in 3 different categories. You can just succeed,
Yeah.
you can get a hard success, or you can get a critical success. Basically, if you get a hard success, it might do more damage, or you might get a little bit extra. If you get a critical success, you do max damage, and like you basically unlock the mythos, and become Superman, that sort of thing. Essentially. Yeah. So as well as that, the way Roll20 does it on this, it also gives you the base value, the half value, and the fifth value. So for instance, you rolled against your strength, which is 80. The half value would be 40. The fifth is 16.
I see.
Yep. Green dice, if you roll that, will just be a straight sort of dice roll, essentially, and come up if you've succeeded or failed.
I see. So, looking at the value of 80 and the bottom one below that, I failed that one because I rolled at 84 instead of under 80.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then the middle
Yes.
one I succeeded because I rolled under 40. And then the last one I
Yes.
failed because I didn't roll under 16.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yes.
And the green dice is just...
A normal one, and I'll tell you what you've rolled.
Fuck me! 94, Jesus.
Yes. That's because you're going up against your characteristics, not the actual skills. So your skills would have different ones. You might still get just 94s.
Yeah.
But we'll see.
Let's hope not.
Let's hope not, no. Right, so coming to
Oh, hold
the
on.
best part is
I need
the
to do
skills.
I need to do my talents as well.
Hmm?
I need to do my talents as well.
Yep.
So
No problem.
I have chosen Keen Vision, which gives me an extra die. Gives me a bonus die when I'm doing spot hidden rolls. Might be useful to spot like an enemy's weakness or like, I don't know, something.
So spot hidden, so you basically see all the shiny coins or the monsters coming to get you.
I like the way you said that.
Yes. And your other talent, please.
I'm gonna do Tough Guy, I think. So I can spend 10 luck points to shove off 5 hit points of damage.
Nice. So, but essentially, you can basically just like, oh, this guy shot me, or I'm in the mouth of this monster, it's cheering on me. It didn't hit that bad. Essentially. Yes. So with that, talents, we come to the occupation skill points. This is the fun part. So, we'll start with you then, Doran. You're going to be boxer, yes?
Yes.
So your occupation skill points are your education times by 2, and plus your strength times 2. So your education is
55.
55 times 2 plus 710, 80 times 2. 380. Maybe. That seems better. So that is 270 points you
Total?
have. Yeah, so you have 270 to split between dodge, fighting brawl, intimidate, jump, psychology, spot hidden, and any 2 other skills or personal or era specialties. This isn't the only ones you will get, because I always give like a bonus extra 100 as well, just for you to put wherever you want, sort of thing. But these are basically from your occupation. These are the skills essentially that you get.
I see. So in my investigator skills, there's already some numbers in here.
Yes. So some skills will have a base value anyway. So for instance, you can jump, which is 20%. Your ability to dodge is half your dex. It should be. It might not already be in there. So
Yeah, it just says half dex. It's not written in there for me.
there you go. But things like your first aid is base 30%. I want to say leave Cthulhu Mythos for now, because there's little bits and we'll sort of sort that out. Your credit rating at the moment is 0, but for every point you put into it, you basically take 1 off. To raise your credit rating, essentially you take a point off, but I tend to say your credit rating I might give as freeze, put where you kind of want between your occupation sort of thing.
Yeah.
Just because that way then it makes it a bit easier. But it's usually sort of like, right, reasonably this is how much you can spend per day without having to worry about looking for money sort of thing.
Right.
Or like, this is the amount of stuff I can buy with my cash assets sort of thing.
So So I'm playing with 270 points, and I detract. It's 1-to-1, right? So 1.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So 1 point in is 1 point less that you have to play with.
Okay.
It's 1-to-1.
So are you giving us our credit rating, or am I adding it?
I can't. Did I give it to you, Nisha, or did
You made a suggestion, but then when I read a bit more on the book, I looked at the table of where it would be. So you said initially just put 10.
Yeah.
But then I looked a bit more, and then I put it up to, well, I put it up to.
Because they do have a suggested sort of credit rating, I believe.
Yeah, I put it up to 25 from background in to include that. So she's still not rich, but 10 was sort of like the top end of poor.
Yeah. So you have the suggested credit rating, and then you can add to it to be even like a rich boxer, or you can take away from it to be a poor one. It's up to you. I can't remember if I had you take it out of the...
I took it out because you didn't say yes or no, so I took it out of my points.
Okay. So should we stick with that one then for now?
I mean, if you want to give it to us for free, that's great. Then I can put more points somewhere else.
You know what? For that, yeah, fine, why not? I mean, you guys are already sort of like tanky as hell and all that. Why not?
Yeah.
I will say I'm not going to be very accounting because that requires work for me, and no. However, certain things might mean that like it's basically your appearance as well. So if you look like you belong in a palace because you have a high credit rating, then you won't get bothered too much. But if you look like a down and out hobo sort of thing, then they'll kick you out because you have a low credit rating. It's that sort of thing. But I don't think it comes up a lot.
So I can add any number from 9 to 60.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, this man is a living giant.
Yeah, I will say your credit rating will be free because it makes it more fun for me. Because I know then that you guys may or may not afford things.
I'm
I
just
don't
gonna
have to keep
randomly
track
generate it then and see what happens.
Yes, randomly generated money.
I'm trying to think, because this man is a living giant. He was probably very successful as a boxer.
Mm-hmm.
If not as a boxer, you could always have gone round with a circus or something with the
Yeah.
True.
Wrestling sort of
two
thing.
people on the arms.
Yeah, strongman.
Bends a metal bar into like a shape of a
Yeah.
heart.
Yeah. Oh, that's what like going back then. They'd have like strong men that would go around and would either like go up against them in like testing your strength by a whole lift dead weighting or just like boxing them. So it's possible.
So this man has been in World War One,
Mm-hmm.
been in a freak show, and then been a boxer.
I know.
That's his life.
Why not?
And now he's an investigator for Cthulhu.
Yes.
Number generation 51, so that's it now.
Fine. Yeah, no problem. You is rich as fuck. I do believe there is a credit rating thing here. There's like
So what would you say would be a fair credit rating, Tash?
Yeah.
For
I'd say
this
anything around 10 and higher is like a decent wage sort of thing.
monster?
Because I remember playing a character who had a credit rating of 6 because she was a poor student, and it's like she had like $2 a day to spend,
Right.
and like her like assets were worth like maybe $20. She was poor. She was a student, and plus it was like 1920s time, so it was actually pretty. Eh.
Okay, I'm gonna lower my budget just to make it.
So I might go like 40.
Yeah,
Maybe
you were a successful freak show boxer soldier.
Yeah.
That's fine.
I feel like with his stats, the occupations he's been in, he's been quite successful at. So I think 40 is pretty good. 41, 40. I don't like round numbers. I'm gonna go 43.
Yeah, I'll keep mine about 40 as well. Let's just building funds for the TV eventually gets invented and have funds for the TV show.
Yeah. No problem. Okay, so we have.
I have to go back and see what skills I'm choosing from again. Because I just was too busy looking at money.
Yeah, no problem. Money is such a distraction. It's fine.
Money.
That means I got 25 more points to play with.
Yes.
That's nice.
So fighting brawler. Where's fighting brawler?
I might put 5 more into library use because library.
That's always
sucks.
useful.
Dude, should I just go for maximum of fighting brawler? 90 is the maximum, right?
90 is the maximum, yes.
What for our investigator skills?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
So essentially, when they get to that, you are basically classed as an expert.
Okay, I might keep it at 80 then. Put it somewhere else. Cool. Cool.
Bloody calculator fingers.
My brain doesn't work.
That's fine.
What's the natural world?
So natural world is basically nature. So like
Okay, cool.
you can recognize plants and animals that are of this plane.
Mm.
Maybe not so much of other planes, but yeah, we'll see.
Foreshadowing much?
I mean, yeah, maybe.
Right, 5 more. Just add to my language.
Are we taking the skills that we pick to put points into or no?
Right, so at the minute, with your sort of occupation skills, just pick them for now.
Okay.
So you said you were entertainer, yes?
Yeah.
So your skills are art and craft, e.g. acting, singer, comedian. Disguise. 2 interpersonal skills, so charm, fast talk, intimidate, or persuade. Listen, psychology, and 2 other skills as personal or era specialities. So basically, I'm giving you these ones now, and then once you sorted them out, you get another 100 just to sort of put anywhere else. So like if you wanted to be like, these are your like specific, like your job gives you these skills, but then essentially the other 100 are like for your backstory sort of thing, or whatever you want, or just want to be a bit strange and say, hey, chuck it in there for no other reason.
Cool.
What does psychology give you?
So psychology is basically where you kind of best thing, if you've ever seen the show Lie to Me, where the guy sort of like looks at your body language and sort of like the way you're talking to basically manipulate someone into confessing something. So your psychology basically is your insight. Sort of like your psychology, you can sort of like, right, you're saying this to me, but I kind of know that you're lying, or that perhaps there's something more going on that you're not telling me because you're too afraid, or you're angry and you're pissed at me, that sort of thing. But also, so like if you do a good psychology, you can sort of maybe lie a bit better, or you can understand, right, they're avoiding this area, which means there's something there that they do not like. That sort of thing. You basically pick up on the insights and sort of things like that. Yes, it's basically insight.
Cool.
Mm-hmm.
I can also pick 2 relevant skills.
Mm-hmm.
Where is Firearms?
So with Firearms, there are 2 different ones. You have handguns, and then rifle shotguns.
Right.
Because obviously handguns are like little pew, whereas rifle shotguns you kind of need to steady aim and things like that. And then once you do have those, you can sort of, I believe, if I bring up a character sheet, there is a combat sort of section where you can add then the different ones and select which skill it's using. So say like if you've got a rifle or a shotgun, you can easily switch them so that when you do roll it, it automatically picks up that skill.
So which skill would rifles be under?
Rifle would be under where is her? Firearms.
Firearms,
RNS. Yeah,
RS.
rifle shotgun. Yes.
I see. I'm dumb.
It's fine. They're very small, these character sheets aren't trendy.
Not gonna be any useful in a fight.
Don't worry. I have all the combat skills. I'm here.
Just here to talk. Okay.
I mean, sometimes you may not want to fight. You may want to run away.
I'm not
You
gonna
keep
run. You've
saying
seen my
that.
decks. I can't run. I can't fight. I can talk. That's it.
I mean, some things probably could be taught, but we don't know.
You keep saying that, but I keep putting points in combat skills.
There will be a need for fighting, yes, as well.
I'm not afraid of running away. But I'm preparing for the inevitable end.
Yes.
First aid would be relevant, right? So a boxer. Yeah, probably would, wouldn't it?
Mm-hmm.
And a veteran.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and a veteran.
World War One veteran.
Yep. Or in this case, the Great War, because they don't know it's the First World War.
Also very true.
Just start freaking people out with the Second World War.
Yeah, you start talking about a second one, they're like, wait, what? What are you talking? Yeah, you're talking silly.
It's like, yeah, the First World War was crazy, but the second one, oh boy, what second one? Oh, you'll find out.
Yes.
I'm psychic. That's my start off.
Yeah.
You just use in real life knowledge.
Yeah. And yes, running away is always viable in Cthulhu.
Yeah, I'm not afraid of running away, for I am prepared. I feel like this should be bigger. Math is hard.
Math is hard.
What maths do you do?
Just take it away.
Taking away, deducting.
Yeah. Usually this is the part where I have the calculator out and I just like minus 20, minus 30, just to make it easy for myself.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing currently.
Exactly what I did.
It's also the part where I forget what things are in English.
That too.
We did maths in Welsh, so it was kind of like deducting minus 24.
What other skills do I have to choose from? Where's the box of sheet gone? There it is. Jump. Nah, I skipped leg day. Intimidate should be good. Intimidate's pretty good.
Well, you're huge. So yeah.
That usually goes with the territory.
Yeah. You just need to walk up to them and just be like,
Hello.
yeah. You all done, Sarah?
Yeah.
Sorry, I'll be right with you. Or you can carry on with Sarah while I'm still doing this.
I haven't added the extra 100 you've given us yet, 'cause I don't know if we're doing that yet or not.
Well, if you want to do that, if you've done your this like social, that's the words. If you've done those skills, then yeah, feel free to add the
Hundreds.
the personal ones where basically you can put them wherever you wish.
Guys, I've got the library stuff covered, so don't worry about library stuff.
Have you done spot hidden stuff? What's your spot hidden?
I put 45 into spot hidden.
Right.
Just because I also imagine, I mean, it's part of library, but then that skill of being able to be like, oh, there it is. Ooh,
Oh, so have you maxed out your listen skill?
No. No, but it is 50.
Okay, fair.
It is 50. There is room for things not to work out, but she's quite happy to just sort of sit and listen to everything that's happening. It's like, ooh, tea.
Tea.
She knows all the tea. I just noticed the time.
Do you want to take a break?
I'd say no. I need to put Stink to bed, and then I can come back.
Yeah, no
We
problem.
can take a small break.
Yep.
I mean, yeah, we're careful by
so-
time anyway.
That's okay. I mean, I guess everyone's putting numbers in anyway. So.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
So we'll be on a small break. I will run an ad in that break, so stay tuned. We'll be back in 10, 15.
10, 15. That's what's good.
Yeah.
See you in a second.
Bye.
Wait, break. There you go. Hi. Hello. Sorry about that
hello.
slightly extended break. I was still doing math. I'm very slow.
We all are when it comes to math, because math is evil. Yeah, we play math games. Makes sense.
We all like pain. It's just how it is.
Yeah.
Something I dread about playing in person again, so we actually have to work out the maths instead of just letting the computer do it.
I know. But the good thing about Cthulhu is once you've like put the points and skills everywhere, it's easy enough you just literally roll, and there's no other maths really, other than is this number smaller than this one or is it bigger? Okay, it worked.
Yay, it worked.
Yes, and yes, the music is great. Thank you, Kevin McLeod, for your awesome talents at causing creepy music.
Thanks for finding it, Bree.
And making it free for everybody as well, because yes, we need more free music, because otherwise we go it's boring.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just looking at when it's supposed to be based. I want to say 1926 or something like that, though I might be mistaken. For now, we'll just say 1926.
Looking at the age of my character, like,
That increases.
I
I
mean,
was gonna
age.
go to like 1959.
That's it. Yeah, I mean, it doesn't really matter. Well, you know what I mean? Like, periodically, like, oh, they should be this age for this, and then what happens? Like, you can have whatever age. Like, there's slight penalties for if you're older or younger. So if you're older, you kind of lose your marbles a bit. And you may be getting a bit weaker, same as when you're younger, sort of thing. But usually, there's not too much of a penalty, sort of thing.
Are there any bonuses?
There are sort of, like, give me a second, because it does say the age thing somewhere. And I did pass it.
The age my character has to be is 30. At least 30.
Age. Choose an age between 15 and 90 years old. Age modifiers are not used. Oh, right, sorry. So the modifiers aren't actually used in Call of Cthulhu.
Oh.
I was thinking of normal Cthulhu, which does give you sort of the bonuses and things. Well, I think it's like mostly penalties.
It's mostly just sadness.
It's mostly just sadness and disappointment, much like real life.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, it makes sense. I'm in my 30s. I will be leaving boxing around 30-ish.
Yeah. Sort of
It's
when
a young man's
you,
sport.
yeah, you've met your peak, and you're sort of like, right, get
Time to
out while the going's good,
Yeah.
and you decide to sort of look up, or in the campaign there will be a reason for you guys to sort of get together, essentially. For those in the stream and for you guys, you essentially know this old gentleman named Rupert I was going to say Rupert Murdoch then, and it's like, no, that's a different dude who's probably a lot less, well, probably a lot more evil, but yeah. Rupert Merriweather, who essentially is on Death Store and has requested a final sort of like a meeting with the investigators, which will be these lovely guys, and also a few others who are unfortunately not with us tonight.
They're currently skulls.
Yeah, they're currently skulls because that's what Cthulhu demands. That if you're not here, you become a skull.
Essentially.
Yes. But Murdoch is one of the good old ones. He will destroy us all. Yes, he will. If he hasn't already. He is Neil Arthur, for those who know.
Someone in chat decide my age. Something in the 30 range.
Nice. Cool. Yeah, so with that, all points are assigned, I believe.
I think so.
All ages are discussed. All occupations are done.
Yeah, I put myself as 29.
Oh, same
Nice.
age as my character.
Yeah.
Oh shit, am I the old one?
Not by much.
Well, we'll find out what chat decides. I could be like 39.
How
Why are
old
they
is
going
the
to
old
say
one?
39?
Yes. But yeah. Oh, I've just found a quickfire buddy creation for the heroes.
Well,
Which is
Too late
basically
now.
yeah, the standard array thing and all that I couldn't find. I've just found it.
Ah,
Yay! Reading! Sorry.
reading.
Oh.
My second enemy, next to math.
Anything that requires a brain is my enemy.
Yeah. I only have 2 brain cells to rub together. I can only do so much.
Yeah. I think one of mine's already dead.
Just beating a dead horse at this point.
Yeah. Yeah. But with that, once we decided on Fisto 2.0's
Stages.
age, yes, I believe we are ready to actually get into a bit of test play. Where basically I
Whenever
throw
chat
some,
decides.
yeah, I throw some things at these guys and we'll see if they survive, go insane, or just die horribly and painfully.
Do we need to work out weapons and stash
Yeah.
equipment?
Yeah,
Wait,
I
do we
just
have any
I was like,
bomber-
yeah, wait a minute, they need to defend themselves if they're gonna have a chance to survive. I
So
just
we're gonna go
realised.
with the runaway option for everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have a handgun,
Yes.
just to let you guys know.
Yeah, I will say that
I have a rocket launcher.
yes, they do have
I am the
one-
rocket launcher.
Yes, you are the rocket launcher.
I'll throw you and we'll see what happens.
Nothing
Yes.
much.
Yes, so we have various types of weapons and goodies for your perusal today. Imagine
Ooh.
me to be your local gunsmith. Essentially like the stranger in Resident Evil 4. What are you buying?
What are you buying?
Got something that might interest you. So essentially we have a few weapon types. We have blades, ranged weapons such as rifles, handguns, shotguns, and a few sort of throwable grenades, if you so wish to say. So it is up to you guys what you so wish to desire to. As this is a free play especially, you can have what your heart desires.
I would like an Enfield rifle, please.
Yes.
A Lee
can.
Enfield rifle.
A Lee Enfield rifle. Okay.
That's what the English used in World War II. One.
One. Yes. So under weapons, Lee Enfield.
What page is it on?
So it's on page 259.
259.
259, bitches.
Oh, God, do some
We're
scrolling.
going right to the back.
Sorry. I should just walk over there next time I need to cough.
No, I was just making sure you're okay. It sounded bad. It sounded
Yeah, I got a
worse.
horrible cough. It just doesn't leave. Just never leaves.
I say, it's not COVID, is it?
I
No.
was gonna say it's not the big C. I was about to say the big C, like the minor C,
Yeah, the minor big C.
the minor C.
Yeah.
I've had this fucking cough a year at this point.
That,
Yeah, that
that
sounds
sounds like long COVID.
yeah, either long COVID or the
You
big C.
Yeah. I'm fine.
Maybe you should go get checked.
I
Yeah.
should. I really should. What page you say again? What say? What's
So
again?
All the way to
259.
Two
Yes,
what
259.
250.
59, yes.
Dive in now.
It's basically the best page because you also have the shotguns there.
259.
Ba, 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 ba. Sorry.
It's fine.
Portion of Googling stuff to see what they look like.
I had to do that
Yeah.
too. I'm not a gun.
Yeah, I mean, the one good thing is that you're not in America, so you won't get put on watch lists so much, but if you're Googling guns.
I know my
They're old
favorite
guns.
Yeah.
I think I went with the 44.
Yeah, a 44 handgun.
Yeah.
44
Revolver?
revolver, yes.
Revolver. I went with the
Revolver,
44.
yes.
Because it was a gift. Well, it was a gift from her father.
My father.
Her
Yes.
daddy. Her papa.
Papa bought me a gun.
And said, if you're going to be any daughter of mine, you're going to learn how to shoot. And I said, okay, father.
Mhm.
They're gonna go with the 45 as well, to be honest. So I'm just looking at my card, I was like, I added a gun on my card, so I'm assuming he has a gun.
Yes.
Plus DB. What's that?
So that is your damage bonus. So
I see.
essentially with your strength and size, it works out a damage bonus for you, and that's basically when you roll to hit and hit. Essentially, when you roll damage, you get an extra D4 or whatever it is your damage bonus is.
Does that affect my gun?
It will. So essentially, if you successfully hit, it'll add the damage bonus.
It says +4 on the sheet. What?
Um,
I just ignore
let's
that?
have a look. Yes, your damage bonus is 1d4. So you'll get a bonus damage bonus. a bonus D4 free damage.
But on the end field, it also says a plus 4.
Yeah. So yours
Like that.
is
Okay.
2d6 plus 4. Like
So is it
that.
2d6 plus 4 plus a d4?
Plus a D4, yeah.
Okay. But I can't add the plus 4.
I have one there.
Okay, cool.
So it should work. If not, we'll just add the 4 manually.
Yeah.
Yeah, maths! Yeah, you fuck it.
How much ammo would I have?
I'd say you'd have probably a couple of rounds. A magazine sort of thing.
Couple mags.
Yeah, I'm not going to keep track of ammo too much because maths. It's like
Infinite ammo.
Yeah, it's basically like keeping track of arrows and like daggers and shit like that. It's like nobody got time for that. So I will quite happily say that you have infinite ammo. Unless it malfunctions, in which case then that could be how it malfunctions, is that you basically run out of ammo. Or it gets jammed in the gun. Because that can happen.
Are there any knuckle dusters?
Mm-hmm. There are. Knuckle dusters. Where are the knuckle dusters? I have seen them somewhere. Knife. Small. Nunchucks, shurikens.
Brass knucks. I found them.
Ah, there you go. Ah, yeah, they were right.
The second one.
Exactly. I literally was just looking at that page. I'm at brass knuckles, but for some reason I was looking for knuckle dusters, and it did not click that that was what I was looking for.
So, look at the revolver. It's got uses per round, 1 brackets free.
So, essentially, you can once per round you can shoot,
Okay.
but if you want to do the 3 shots, essentially every shot after the first shot has a penalty dice.
Okay.
So the second shot will take 1 penalty dice. The third shot will take the 2 penalty dice.
Okay.
Essentially, because essentially you take aim with 1, the kickback, and you just like blind fire for the other 2.
Okay.
And I'm throwing out all sorts of gun signs. Please don't kill us, Twitch. We do not condone violence unless it's against eldritch horrors, in which case it can save a life.
It can save a life.
Yeah. Oh.
Is there a crowbar? I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Should I get a crowbar? Is there even a point?
I mean, crowbars are useful.
I mean, yeah. I was only thinking of the more blunt instrument version of a crowbar, not the actual use of a crowbar.
I mean, both is good.
I'm in my character's mindset, guys. Don't worry. Oh, I didn't see one. Oh no. Am I blind? There's a flamethrower.
Yeah. Though you will have to have fuel for it.
That one doesn't have infinite ammo.
Yeah, that one is probably the only one I would be like, yeah, no. Unless it's a really cool moment sort of thing, then yeah, fuck it. But they can be useful in periods of time.
Mm.
I just go with an armed and just a simple gun. That's it.
Should I just mark my crowbar as a club? So I can't find one.
I would say, yeah. So crowbar club. I'd say fight and brawl for that one because it is a sort of
Yeah.
brawly thing.
It says it right there. It's a brawly thing.
Yes, brawler.
I can only do one thing per turn, so I don't get a rapid fire like you lot, but hopefully it's enough. Cool. I am done with getting equipment.
Oh, look. How is everybody for equipment?
What other kind of equipment? Where's equipment again?
So, well, the equipment is like the weapons, and you can have on page 254. It does have other stuff, so like clothing, stuffy pockets, like so cigarette, like the pack of cigarettes, because of course smoking was very popular back then. In those times, you would like encourage pregnant women to smoke, that sort of thing. We don't, because smoking is bad.
We know better.
Yes, we have the
Scions.
yes, we have the skills of for hindsight 2020. We know it'd be bad, but yeah, so stuff like that.
I'm gonna take a leaf out of your book and just write stuff down that she would have.
Yeah. Yes. Just in case something pops up where, oh wait, this like ridiculously thought of underwire of a bra can come in handy to lockpick or something.
I mean, the only thing I'm seeing is grand. Yeah, I was going to say grand piano.
Carry it around at all times.
I'll carry it if you pay me.
I have money.
I will need to have a proper read through of this before we start the actual campaign.
Yeah.
That's fine. It's one of those things. That's why I was like, basically, this is a bit of a free for all where like have what you like, and sort of because this bit is just going to be a bit of a oh well, let's go through a creepy asylum.
Let's go through a creepy asylum. Yay!
Yeah, what could possibly go wrong?